Got Oxford on the way very shortly on 1 for the second of the morning there. Killing All Spud, a 1 favourite at 11 to 10. Angle Park also on the way for 10.46. A couple of vacant boxes there, 3 and 6. We go 7 to 4, the 1 dog right side up. Rev Leon is 25 to 1 and 2. Trap 4, You Ain't It, is 4 to 7. Trap 5, Slim Rusty, 28 to 1. 7, Son of Maple, is a 7 to 1 chance. And it's 10 to 1, the 8. That is Breaker of Rules. So an odds on favourite there at Angle Park. In trap 4, You Ain't It. It's a best 8 coming up at Angle Park, although only has the 6 of them. And You Ain't It was in winning form when last we saw this one in best 8 company last time around. Stretched away to win by 4 1/4 lengths on that particular outing. And even when he's been beat in recent weeks, he's finished second behind Midnight Sun and Black Noir, neither of which reoppose in this best 8 contest. Hence his odds on price. We're struggling a little with pictures there at Angle Park. The hare is on the run, and at the worst possible moment, the lights have gone out in Australia. So it might just be a results-only service for that 10.46 at Angle Park, unfortunately. We'll let you know as soon as that drops through, but nothing to show you at the moment. Issues on track. They did look a little choppy before the lights went out at Angle Park. So see if they can rectify that. Pictures have come back to some fashion, but they crossed the line. The 1 dog is the number that they stick up on the board, so looks like right side up might have won that. How, I don't know. Son of Maple in second. You Ain't It, the odds on favourite in third. So 174 is the soft result at Angle Park, and hopefully picture issues will be alleviated for their next. We're going on to Oxford for the 10.48, where Killing All Spud is 11 to 10 in trap 1. Spot on Cheeks is 9 to 4 in 2. Havana Pepsi 11 to 2 in 3. Savannah Tiernanog is 11 to 1 in 4. Bronson B 100 to 13 5, and 6 is vacant here. Killing All Spud, the favourite, came back off a 2-month absence last time around to win, and that was his first competitive go at Oxford, having swapped over from Swindon. That victory earned her an upgrade. She goes into A8 today, but is even money to take it in her stride. And they're off. They're racing away, and 2 punches out. Spot on Cheeks is the first one to get going. In second, the favourite, Killing All Spud, tracking through. 5 on the outside of that one is Bronson B. And then comes Savannah Tiernanog. And the one toiling at the rear is Havana Pepsi. Trap 2, out in front, Spot on Cheeks with the 5 dog, Bronson B, coming through for second. Then Savannah Tiernanog. And Killing All Spud hasn't quite fired. The favourite down in fourth. It's still the 2 dog, Spot on Cheeks, trying to repel the challenge of Bronson B, and will do so. Spot on Cheeks all the way to the house, beat Bronson B into second. 2 and 5 at Oxford 10.48.
It's getting serious for Tottenham, isn't it? And another defeat sinks them further into relegation trouble in the Premier League. The epic boost for their match against Crystal Palace is live, and it's for a goal to be scored in both halves of the match. Even money from odds on. Spurs got a late consolation in their defeat to Fulham, but the hosts were of course already 2 up at the break. This bet would have landed in the 4-1 defeat to Arsenal, the 2-1 loss to Newcastle, and their 2-0 defeat to Manchester United. And it's the same story in each of Palace's last 2 away. Who scores?
whatever that means. Michael Van Gerwen and Luke Humphries just continues to play well. With limited success, it might
So 10-1 the winner, 12-1 the second, 25-1 the third. And now they are at the start at Mandurah. Colour of Red, 17-2 in trap 1. Cool Ash is 80-1 in 2. Pint of Special is 8-1 in 3. Now the 4 dog is a reserve, will wear the 9 jacket. Chief Wiggum is 20-1. 6-1 for the 5, My Moe. Tiana Banana is 12-1 in trap 6. All in Knots, 4-9 in 7. And Bengali Prince, 22-1 in trap 8. All in Knots then the hot favourite here. A couple of 5th grade wins at Mandurah toward the back end of 2025, but this will be the second run of 2026 for All in Knots. Has been off the track since the 2nd of January. That wasn't a better race than this, but still has fitness to prove.
Racing. All in Knots did not miss a beat, flew out and led. Over Pint of Special, My Moat, Tiana Banana. And then came Chief Wiggum, Cool Ash, Pingelly Prince, Colour of Red. All in Knots only a length. Pint of Special's moving up, and here's My Moat making ground. All in Knots is out in front, but only just. My Moat trying to close in. All in Knots doing enough. All in Knots beat My Moat, Pint of Special. Cool Ash at massive odds finished 4th.
Yeah, off the layoff, no issue whatsoever for All in Knots. Got a flying start, never looked back. My Moe, best of the rest. Pints of Special was third, 7-5 and 3 at Mandurah. 1-2, 11-2, 15-2. Again, we've got double bubble virtual racing on the way. Won't take long to run the home straight contest on 2. Let's have that before the steeple.
Plenty with chances as they spread across the track. 12's rallying on. 5's running a big one here. 8's trying to rally on as well. And as they enter the final stages, a huge run from number 12 takes this one. finishing second is one, and 5 rallied on for third.
Further far out, Lifestyle and Gone Fishing, 12-5 and 7-1. Here's Steeple Downs.
The early leaders here. My Etiquette makes ground. Real slow jump from Drink Up at the back. Kremen Cruiser challenged by Eternum, My Etiquette. And then after these comes Gift from Japan. Traffic light just behind them. Heading around the bend. Mine Fighter towards the rears, only got in behind it, Drink Up. At the last, Eternum. Eternum's gone on here with a length to spare over My Etiquette. Kremen Cruiser coming again, right on the far side is Tamale. Seems to involve these four as they come up towards the line. Tamale goes on with Kremen Cruiser. Tamale's getting away. Tamale wins, Kremen Cruiser second. Eternum in third.
Tamale, the winner at 4-1, beats Kremen Cruiser second at 11s, and in third was Eternum, also at 6-1.
We head to Bay Hill this week, and the Arnold Palmer Invitational sees a stellar lineup, as you'd expect. Let's get straight into it. Scotty Scheffler might win. He often does, but he's too short in this gutter field. Rory McIlroy might win. He knows how to as well. And he's a slightly more backable price. But I've got two at bigger prices. Russell Henley won this last year, and though he struggled for his famed consistency in recent weeks, I do think a return to Bay Hill could see him figure. Consistency hasn't been an issue for Jake Knapp of late, however. The second selection has clocked top 10 finishes in his last 4 tournaments and is playing really well at present. Henley and Knapp at fair prices from the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
First players heading out for the Arnold Palmer Invitational, 12:40 today, UK time. So still got a bit of time to get your pre-tournament bets on if you fancy. Scotty Scheffler heads the field at 3-1, but at 33 and 35-1 respectively. Couple of darts added for Alex Dunn, Russell Henley being the first and Jake Knapp being the second. Good field teeing off there a little bit later on. Of course, we're well underway with the action on the DP World Tour, the Joburg Open at the moment. And you've got a Frenchman leading the way there in Johannesburg, David Ravetto, 5 under par and a shot clear. In-play betting available on that one. And we're still in the pre-match phase, of course, for the Arnold Palmer. Q1 Parkland's coming up for the 11:01. They're a little late to the traps to their last race as well. So let's finish off Sprint Valley on 2.
Teenage. All change. That's coming forward now. We've got Machine Age, Savlon Sister, Spot Face, and then comes Robbie Dale. Little Poppet wants a bit of space. Whale Trap drops its way to the back. Halfway, Spot Face, Machine Age, Savlon Sister. They enter the final furlong. Savlon Sister on this rail goes on. Savlon Sister with a lead here from Spot Face. Savlon Sister beats Spot Face. Machine Age third, No Deco fourth.
8-1 winning there. Savlon Sister beat Spotface second 15-2. Machine Age was third at 16s. No Deco in fourth at 11-1. They have appeared behind the boxes now at the queue for this next race. Only 5 of them here, so a truncated field. Extreme Tension is 11-10 in trap 2. It is 2-1 for the 1 and Mustang Hayes, 9-4 for the 5 More Than Money, and the other 2 are big prices here. So only 5 Greyhounds, only 3 of them count per the market. Let's see how it pans out in real time.
So the best backed has been More Than Money here for Pam Field. A little easy, Extreme Tension and Mustang Hayes. Going forward now, this is our penultimate event on the program. Mustang Hayes, Extreme Tension, Jumping Jive, More Than Money, and Miss Darkside just about ready to run. 5:20 the journey. There's the green light. Favourite in the 2, Extreme Tension. racing. Extreme Tension began fast together there with Mustang Hayes. Up to third, Jumping Jive, More Than Money, and wide Miss Darkside into the first turn. Extreme Tension worked hard around the outside of Mustang Hayes. Takes the lead by a length and a half. Going to third, Jumping Jive, More Than Money, and 3 off to Miss Darkside. Coming off the back, Extreme Tension a length and a quarter in front. Mustang Hayes, More Than Money runs on strongly out wide. Extreme Tension in front of the turn. More Than Money trying hard, but Extreme Tension in front. Extreme Tension won a length More Than Money. They beat off Mustang Hayes to third. Jumping Jive and Miss Darkside in around 29 and 8.
It was the big three in the betting that fought it out in the end, with Extreme Tension, the 11 to 10 favourite, coming out on top there at Q2 Parklands. Now, latest Laval, if you're still waiting for their 10-10, there is a storm in the area, which does blight racing in South Africa more often than you might think in that part of the world. Stewards are monitoring the situation. That's the latest we've heard there, but still an indefinite delay to racing in South Africa. Right on time for the opener at Sheffield, though, the 11.03. Hare on the run, 5 of them here, 4 and A3. Lids come up and they're off and they're racing away. Got them in a decent line early doors as they power on towards the first turn. Drumduit Sheba with the narrow advantage over Esme Lady in second position. Then comes Old Fort Jukebox to the outside of them. Corecast Ranger and Clonkill Smoky are further back, but not much separates front to back here. Drumduit Sheba still the leader. Esme Lady continuing in second place, but about to be passed now by the favourite, Corecast Ranger, who's really warmed to the task as they bank for home. Drumduit Sheba in front. Corecast Ranger still having a good go as they come for the line. That got very tight. Drumduit Sheba led the whole way. Was she in front at the line, or has Corecast Ranger got her, or leave it in the hands of the judge? 2 and 1 in the photo there at Sheffield. Hare running now at Oxford. They're 11.04. Trap 2's won the first 2 races at Oxford. You've got an odds-on shot in the blue jacket here. They're away in racing. Savannah Dingle was best out. Clashing Iris is up their front rank as well. Jurassic Joker just in behind them, bumping into 1 or 2 rivals. And as they turn for home, it's Clashing Iris and Savannah Dingle set to duke this out. They come up toward the line together, and that's close. Savannah Dingle on the near side, maybe from Clashing Iris, but I wouldn't like to say definitively at Oxford. So photo finishes at Sheffield and at Oxford. There is a scenario where the first 4 Greyhound races in the UK today have all been won by Trap 2, both of them involved in pictures at Sheffield and Oxford. But one of those 2 dogs is in anyway. Drumduit Sheba has lasted out at Sheffield, wins the 11.03, beat Corecast Ranger into second. So it was 2 and 1 in the Sheffield opener. Now Angle Park's 11.07. Pictures appear to have stabilised a little compared to our previous race. Well, we ended up missing the contest, didn't we? Owing to picture issues. Mickey Haller is even money in Trap 1 here. Witcher Rose 5 to 1 in 2. 3 is vacant. Lenny Limes 113 4. 5 is vacant. Zing Matilda 15 to 2 in 6. 7 is vacant. Demora Bluey is 14 to 5 in Trap 8 at Angle Park for their upcoming 11.07. So 5 of them making their way toward the boxes here for race 6 on the card.
Race 10 Angle Park here. This is a grade 6 race. And Greyhounds are at the boxes here for the last race tonight. Small field of 5 here to bring us home, but they're all well in the market. Mickey Hauler is the favourite, 230 into 210 for Mickey Hauler. Last start winner at Murray Bridge. 9 career starts to date, 4 wins, 2 minors. Had the 1 run here. That was on the 19th of Feb. Ran 4th on that occasion behind Black Amethyst. 4 Lenny Limes, well tried, 7 into 420, vacant box inside of it. It's been placed its last couple, including a run here on the 23rd of Feb behind Kilcoy Gem. 8 Demora Bluey is 280 to 440. It's drifting. Has won 3 of its past 5, though. Then 2 Witcher Rose, 550 to 650. And Zing Matilda, the outsider of the field, $6.50 to $9. But I thought it certainly had claims. Zing Matilda. It's been racing well without winning. It's been placed its last 4, but it's the outsider of the field. But I think the market says they're all some sort of a winning chance. They're all in single figures. This is race number 10 here tonight. Well done to Cameron Butcher with the treble here this evening. From a training perspective, the rest have shared it around. Race number 10 here this evening, and they're about to be boxed and loaded for the lucky last here. So they're going in. Greyhound racing continues tomorrow at Murray Bridge. And then on the weekend, Mount Gambier and Gawler. Loading away here, green light on, set to run. Lucky last, favourite the one, Mickey Hauler. Racing, good even line out. Who will win the start first? Mickey Hauler gets squeezed. And coming across, Demora Bluey. Demora Bluey took it up 2 or 3 lengths clear of Lenny Limes. Further back then, Witcher Rose, Mickey Hauler. They're too far back. Then Zing Matilda straightening up. Demora Bluey. The danger, Lenny Limes. Demora Bluey fends off Lenny Limes and wins. Back in third position, Mickey Hauler. Then came Witcher Rose and Zing Matilda at the tail.
Trap 8, the winner there at Angle Park. That was Demora Bluey beating Lenny Limes. Off to home straight next, 11.09.
No more bets.
And away they go. The one who came away the best was 6. And 3's come out running. Plenty with chances as they spread across the track. 6 is rallying on. 4's running a strong race as well. Plenty of horses still in with a chance. And as they come up towards the line, it's a close run thing. Number 6 is going to take this one. 2 in second and 4 in third.
Six to 4, 12 to 5, 7 to 1. We're going to Steeple Downs next on the second channel on the team, and Bendermere, the 11 to 4 joints, and then they'll be back to Waterford in due course.
9 to 1, the Wheelwright 11 to 1, Chillingworth 14s, 18 to 1 ran well. Duty Bound at 22 to 1 and Firm Monopoly 33 to 1.
No more bets.
We're racing. Over the first, the Wheelwright leads, Bendermere, Duty Bound, as they head towards the water. And as they get over it, the Wheelwright joins Bendermere for the lead now. Firm Monopoly and Cardozo come next. And then comes on the team. As they get over the third fence, Ramwell is at the back. Dubinsky's also lying in rear, but the lead with Bendermere. Duty Bound moves up into second as they get over the last. Bendermere with Duty Bound coming alongside. After these, we've got the Wheelwright. Then comes Cardozo, staying on late. Dubinsky, but up towards the win line, it's Duty Bound that's quick and on the best. Duty Bound will win it, beats Bendermere, and Dubinsky came from the back to grab third.
22 to 1, 11 to 4, and 15 to 2, the SPs. Heading over to Waterford for the first time today now. This is their 11-13. 11-2 Jumbo's Daisy in trap 1. Slaney side Yates is 3-1 in trap 2. Giddy Up Bonnie 3-1 in trap 3. Monbeg Natalie 13-2 in 4. Ballygirl Ruby 13-8 in 5. And Tully Canalas is 7-2 in trap 6 here at Waterford. Now this Jumbo's Daisy is a reserve runner at 11-2, so you can discount the Racing Post picks here, given that a reserve is now in the race. I mean, I don't think Jumbo's Daisy is a key player, has been struggling quite badly in recent times, but a replacement dog in trap 1 always muddies the waters a little bit. Clear fav, though, is Ballygirl Ruby, and this one has been in good form, but in the lower ranks, so kind of the opposite to Jumbo's Daisy, who has been running poorly but in better races. 2 wins and a second from the last 3 starts for this Ballygirl Ruby. 7 races into her career. She's a bitch by Tommy Shelby, who obviously we see plenty of his progeny down under, but a good smattering of them in the UK and Ireland as well. This is the step up the ladder for her. First go in an A5. Now we've got 3 Greyhound races scheduled in a minute here. They're a bit late at Waterford, which is uncharacteristic for them. That might knock on to the 11-14 at Kinsley, and there's an 11-13 at Mandurah on the second channel, where the hare is on the run as well. So Mandurah about to jump, Waterford about to jump, Kinsley about to jump. That's the hare running in Ireland at Waterford. And they're off. They're racing away for the 11-13 contest at Waterford, and trap 4, Monbeg Natalie, springs out of the boxes and leads the field early doors. 2 Jumbo's Daisy, the reserve, giving chase in second position. Hare running at Kinsley on the right-hand side of shot. Over on the left, it's still the rag Monbeg Natalie, who leads the way at Waterford, to Slaney side Yates, who steps up and goes into second. Then comes Tully Canalas. Jumbo's Daisy has dropped back through the field. Still the 4 dog, looking for an upset here as they charge up toward the finish line at Waterford, and is going to take it at 7-1. Made every yard. It was 4-5 at Waterford, up toward the line at Kinsley, and the 1 dog has got this one sewn up. Monitoring Joy winning nicely at Kinsley in their first. If you are playing all 4 dog meetings in the UK and Ireland today, by the way, unfortunately the layout is a little bit like that today. A few 1-minute gaps, 2-minute gaps. We've got a direct clash scheduled a bit later on, so do need to be about your business if you want to get bets on there. For the time being, we're going to go to Sandy Lanes over on 2.
Headway, and we have a new leader, number 7. 7 is the leader. 5 in second place. 1 is the back marker. 5 is challenging for the lead. 6 is starting to look a little tired. And now 8 leads the pack. Number 8 retains his lead, but 7 is making ground on him. First, number 8. Number 7 is second. Number 2 is third.
The Sheikh is the winner, beat Marsh of Liberty and Hasta La Vista, 7-2, 10-1 and 4-1 over to Sprint Valley, back on 1.
Here we go at Sprint Valley.
And there's a little bit of a tangle in behind between 5, 1 and 3, which allows her to lengthen as they come down the lane. Crack on Katie, up toward the line, beats them. Beats Bisto Bucks into second. Bing Wind Speed was in third, 6, 5 and 3 at Waterford. Now they got their skates on in the end at Mandurah, meant that 11:28 ran during the Waterford contest. Say Trap 5 won that. Dancing Dennis beat the 8 Rapido Mystique, and the 4 Elite General was the order in at Mandurah. We'll go to Kinsey next. We'll go to D3, where Mark Street Mia is 4-1 in Trap 1. Hazelgrove Dusk 13-2 in 2. Grumpy Florence is 15-2 in 3. Mineola Topman is 5-2 in 4. Shalone Luna is 11-4 in 5. And Confident Keith is 5-2 in Trap 6. D3 on the way here, but a couple of these not in bad shape. Shalone Luna, her form kind of stands out a bit. 3 wins from the last 4 starts for her. The only defeat during that sequence was in a D2. So this would be 3 on the bounce in this grade if she were to go in again. And she's just found a little bit of form, having been off the track from November to February, but she's come back a transformed bitch. Can she keep the good run going? 11-4 suggests that she can. Confident Keith will be out finishing everything else. He's finished second on all of his last 4 starts, but each and every one of those runs has been prefaced by a dreadful break. He's just not getting out of the boxes quick enough to do himself justice over 2 bends, but he'll be running on better than anything else. He chased home Shalone Luna last time around. There was a length and a half between them. That might be the forecast again here. 5 to beat 6. Hair on the move. They're away, racing. Best start goes to the outsider, Grumpy Florence at 8-1, who moves up by a length over Mineola Topman in the early exchanges. Confident Keith down the outside. Then comes Market Street Mia and Hazelgrove Dusk turning for home. And it's Grumpy Florence with not too much further to last. And Grumpy Florence for the upset. Beats Mineola Topman. Confident Keith was third. All about the start there. 3, 4 and 6. And it goes to the 8-1 roughie. Steeple Downs will be our next port of call, just about to jump onto.
And they're off racing. Grantham Boy first to show. Leads Terrick and Danbury Star. After these comes Leadnam. Varco towards the rear, also towards the back. Goods Train. Leadnam, Dollar Falls, Arden Gold. Leadnam with a lead here from Arden Gold. Boise. There comes Birdseye. At the back, Varco and Goods Train. Leadnam leading. Boise, Arden Gold. Then comes Carlos Amigos. It's Leadnam out in front. Leadnam leading, Carlos Amigos. Towards the line they go, quickening on Carlos Amigos. Carlos Amigos wins going away in the end. Leadnam back in second place. Third, well, that went to Boise. Fourth, Arden Gold.
Straight over to home straight.
Plenty of horses still in with a chance. And as they approach the finish, a huge run from number 3 takes this one. 6 finishing second, and 1 takes third position.
No extras, Shop Manager and Ciel de la Bois. 13-2, 7-5 and 12-1. We'll have an 11:35 race coming up at Sprint Valley soon. Militia Drift is 3-1. Nat Green is 6-1. Rex Electric 7s. Ford Roll 8-1. 9-1 for Age of Art. And then bigger prices for everything else. That's on the way soon on 2. Sheffield's next race coming up on 1. 11:36 there at Sheffield is an A5. Trap 1 vacant. Drum Do It Dot is 5-1 in 2. 9-1 about the 3 TMG Angel. Glengar Luna 11-8 in 4. Carberry Flyer 11-8 in 5. Wilsham Pride 13-2 in trap 6 here at Sheffield. Glengar Luna and Carberry Flyer making the market. Glengar Luna was having her first run for a long while last time out. First run since November of 2025, where she finished. Got some kind of a knock on that occasion. In fact, no, she was found to be in season the run after that. So just a run where she finished last, but she did go off 33-1 for that, and her career is streaked with kind of bits and pieces of open race form. She's been in, plenty of deep races, Glengar Luna. And the return to Sheffield last time around in graded company wasn't a bad one, given the time that she had off first run back from season, etc., etc. So that third place run, something to build on. There's every chance that she will do that here. Carberry Flyer's the one next to her in the betting. He was third off the slow break last time around. He was only graded level in Ireland, and he's won from 6 since he switched to the UK, Carberry Flyer. I kind of thought Wilsham Pride at 7-1 had maybe been a bit overlooked. Scored by a neck in this grade last time around. That was his first run for 3 weeks. He'd won on his previous showing as well, so he looks at the belated hat-trick here, Wilsham Pride, and no penalty for that victory last time around. But the punters don't really want to know. He's 7-1, a big drifter. TMG Angel is the other big negative in the market. Was actually a winner on the penultimate in an A6, but well beaten this grade last time out. Hair on the run then at Sheffield for the 11.36. Goes straight into Oxford off the back of this. They're 11.38. It's another extra place race though. And they're off racing for the 11.36 contest at Sheffield. They line up early doors, and as the first turn approaches, it's the 3-dog, TMG Angel, the first one to get a mention, but quickly pressed by Wilsham Pride on the outside. The 2 outsiders of the field lead the way. In third place is Carberry Flyer in advance of Glengar Luna, and the back marker is Drumduit Dot. Wilsham Pride, the leader on this hat-trick bid from TMG Angel, and Carberry Flyer trying to thread the needle. Forced out very wide is Glengar Luna. Many chances as the line approaches. Give it to the 5-dog. It'll go to Carberry Flyer, who's bested Glengar Luna in the end. Trap 5, the winner at Sheffield. Straight into Oxford then, 11.38 race coming up there. And this is an A7. Savannah Dollian, 11-4 in trap 1. Savannah Tita is 3-1 in 2. Antigua Heat, 11-1 in 3. Savannah Beth, 7-2 in 4. Monbeg Cozy, 5-2 in 5. And Springwood June, 4-1 in trap 6. We are paying 3 places instead of 2 on this race, so another each way opportunity. Monbeg Cozy the favourite, but she does a lot of finishing second, this bitch. All of her last 4 outings have seen her play the role of bridesmaid. She's only 1 from 8 here at Oxford. Is there going to be something to get the better of her once again here? To be fair, Antigua Heat, Savannah Beth have been making a habit of finishing second in recent times. The 6-dog Springwood June at 4-1. He's up in grade today, but has won the last twice in A8. And it's early days for her as a bitch running at Oxford. This is only her 5th run here. She's won 3 of her previous 4. Takes a step up in grade today, like a lot of greyhounds that we've seen already today, ex-Swindon. But surely a bit of a player at 4-1. Knocking on the door of an each-way price for many. You could bet this one at the odds and recover most of your stake if she was 2nd or 3rd and got a very live win chance. Away and racing for the 11.38 at Oxford. And flinging itself out of the boxes here is the 2, Savannah Tita. Although tackled now on the bend by Savannah Beth. And it's Savannah Beth who moves on down the far side from Savannah Tita, who's still hanging on to 2nd. Monbeg Cozy is next. Springwood June hooked to the outside. Then Antigua Heat and Savannah Dollian, but the 4-dog is threatening to disappear over the horizon here. Savannah Beth still with a nice call over Monbeg Cozy and Springwood June. Savannah Beth charging toward the line will win. Monbeg Cozy is 2nd again for a 5th straight outing. Springwood June was in 3rd. 4, 5 and 6 at Oxford. The Sandy Lanes for us next over on the 2nd channel, 11.39.
They're off. 2 is an early leader. Into the bend now, and look at them go. 8 is making rapid headway. And we have a new leader, number 10. 10 is the leader. 1 is the back marker. 10 is challenging for the lead. 8 is starting to look a little tired. 4 is beginning to close. Number 10 retains his lead, but 4 is making ground on him. First, number 9. Number 10 is second. Number 4 is third.
Chanteloon 10-1, Sealed by Fate 5-1, Bananarama 11-5. Those are the SPs at Sandy Lanes. Heading to Nottingham next for the 11:42. Got an Intertrack coming up here. 3 dogs representing the home team in 3, 4 and 6, and 3 Dunstall Park Invaders from the Smith Kennel in 1, 2 and 5. So that's the makeup of the race here at Nottingham. (7-1) Trap 1 Udilali. Kilteely is 13-8 Spot the Looney 10-1 in 3. Kenealty Bex is 4-1 in 4. Sign It Lissa is 15-8 in 5. Kyle No Stan is 4-1 in Trap 6. And they are at the traps at Sandown as well for an 11:41 on the second channel. 11-10 favourite there is Bandit Barbie. It's one of those Dunstall dogs though that tops the betting at Nottingham. Kilteely, who has had the benefit of a look round here, ran in an Intertrack last week, but got well beat that day despite being a 7-4 favourite. Sign It Lissa, the conqueror on that occasion, reopposes, was 5 1/4 lengths better off, Sign It Lissa, on that run. But what Kilteely has done at Dunstall and elsewhere does mark this one down as the dog to beat. Won a couple of ON1 races over in Ireland last summer and has already enjoyed open race success at his native Dunstall Park, but does have to turn the form around with Sign It Lissa, who made light work of that contest last time around. Kenealty Bex was in second on that occasion, who runs here. So of the 3 of them that ran that day, Sign It Lissa had the victory over 2 of them. Not giving her away in the betting, but could be considered a touch of value at 9-4. So the Dunstall dogs dominating the betting in this Intertrack at Nottingham. The West Midlands Invaders heading to the east. Got a green light at Sandown. You have to follow that on the second channel because we're right to go here at Nottingham. Up go the traps. They're away and racing. And as they move up towards the first turn here, they all got away on terms. Bit of bumping and barging coming into the bend. 5 rode it well, Sign It Lissa, as she tries to back up last week's victory, but she's got Kyle No Stan as her shadow. And then racing in third place, that's Kilteely, who's starting to click through the gears now. Tries to get up the inside, and Sign It Lissa has quickly gone from first to worst. Might have a problem, the 5 dog. That leaves 2 in front, Kilteely, with Kyle No Stan there, and the finisher is Spot the Looney. It's Kilteely up toward the line. Kilteely will win, beats into second Kyle No Stan. Third was a photo. Hope all is all right with Sign It Lissa. She seemed to stop on a dime there going down the back straight, and I haven't seen her in the pickup. So fingers crossed for her. The winner is the 2 dog though at Nottingham. Goodness me, I'd nearly forgotten about the Val, and I would forgive you if you had too. The next race at the Val is going to be the scheduled 10-10. They've had thunderstorms in the area over the course of the last hour or so, which can plague racing in the region sometimes, but it looks as though we are going to be set for a resumption of the card. So Val's 10-10 is on the way pretty soon. Runners making their way down to the post. The Bronx Bull is 6-5. Hasn't really moved much in the betting over the course of the last hour and a half. Steeple Downs before that. This is the 11:44. Winner Lotto is the fab this time around at 4-1.
Winner Lotto 4-1. Rain again 15-2. 9-1 bar.
No more bets.
They're off, racing, and coming away well. Bankery Bay. Crazy Peeps is there as well. In between them, Yarmouth Place. Big Leap takes it in front. Yarmouth Place goes down the back straights to the second, the Water, with a lead over Salmon Alley, who jumps that one well. Up the back is Tremedoc. Salmon Alley now leads Yarmouth Place. Bankree Bay followed through by Freedom First. Savannah River on the inside, still handy. Touch on worth mention, it's just poised behind the leaders. Scrubbed along Rain again to keep with them. Only one to jump, Salmon Alley. Jumps it like a fish. Out in front here from Freedom First in second. Then we've got Wichenden. Wichenden is being joined by Winner Lotto. To the line they go, Salmon Alley. Salmon Alley's going to poach this one. Goes on to score. Beats Freedom First in second. Half these in third. Winner Lotto fourth. Wichenden. 6, 12, 10 and 8. 14 to 1. 100 to 1. 4 to 1 favourite. 9 to 1.
That's where things at Steepledowns just crossed the line as well over at home straight. The one there, Ciel de Flamme has won at 8 to 1, beating Bluff Liberty 13 to 2. Saxon Air at 11 to 4. Now we've got a pair of 11:47 races scheduled for you now. One at Kinsley, one at Waterford. So bets on if you're playing both tracks. The favourite at Waterford is track 2, Ballygher Polly at 9 to 4. And those live pictures are on the second channel right now. We'll deal with Kinsley as priority here for an A8, where Call the Cops is 14 to 1 and Friendless in trap 1. Hazel Grove Petra 10 to 1 in 2. High Court Isabel 7 to 2 in 3. Pucker Poppy is 11 to 4 in 4. Macy's Little Gem 6 to 5 in 5. Asheville Bucko 5 to 1 in trap number 6 here. Macy's Little Gem is the favourite then. A reasonable third in an A8 on the last start. She's a veteran campaigner here at Kinsley. She's had 102 starts here at Kinsley. She probably wasn't a mile off 100 at Suffolk. She's been around forever, this Macy's Little Gem, and running okay at the moment. 6 to 5 is maybe a tight enough price in this company, though. Pucker Poppy won last time around. That was a D5. Step back up in trip today for Pucker Poppy, and really that win, well, I say it was a bolt from the blue. The application of cash appeared to make a big difference that day because she'd been going off big prices and getting well beat. But at easing grade into 2 to 1, she went bang. She's a veteran campaigner as well. I don't know if she necessarily has the profile of a bitch who's going to back it up. I thought High Court Isabel, who landed a D5 last time around and has plenty of form over this trip, could be somewhat interesting at 4 to 1. The hare is in motion at Kinsley now. Ditto Waterford. So Waterford on 2, Kinsley on 1 here. Away racing Waterford on 2, and they're off and racing here at Kinsley on 1. Trap 4, quickest out, Pucker Poppy, leading the way to Macy's Little Gem as they carve around the first 2 turns. Sitting in third then is High Court Isabel, followed by Call the Cops, then Asheville Bucko and Hazel Grove Petra. 4-5-3, 1-6-2 is the order. Pucker Poppy out in front to Macy's Little Gem. Trying to join in with them is High Court Isabel as they take the final turn. Pucker Poppy out in front, up the inside, High Court Isabel, down the outer, Macy's Little Gem. Pucker Poppy turns them away. Pucker Poppy has won, beat Macy's Little Gem and High Court Isabel in a 4-5-3 finish at Kinsley. The first of 4 49s draws is upon us today. Let's join Tony for the brunch time numbers, and then we'll tidy up the full result at Waterford off the back of this.
It's a lucky 15, just pick 4 of your lucky numbers and choose your stake. You place as much or as little as you can afford. For a £1 stake, it'll cost you £15. And if you match just 3 of your 4 numbers, you'll get a treble, 3 doubles and 3 singles, giving a return of £784 in total. The same bet with a 50p stake would cost you only £7.50 and give you a return of £392. But do remember, because you picked 4 balls, if they all come out, then you will get a massive win. Odds can vary between bookmakers. 30 seconds to go. It's Thursday, the 5th of March. It's a nice day here in Manchester. Are you having a great week? Are you ready for your brunch time draw? And as it's Thursday, it's Numble Day. That's our game on our socials where we give you a target number and 6 balls, and you need to use the numbers on the balls and maths to reach the target number. Go and find the number post and see if you can crack it, and I promise I will see you there. So that's it. It's time for the balls to fall. Good luck. I hope you're a winner today.
Well, there go the balls. Drum picks up speed, no more bets, 11:49, 30 seconds. And the first ball down, it's yellow, it's number 11. 11 yellow for this brunch time draw. Second ball, it's green, and that's number 1. 1 green. The guy behind at the Val. Third ball. That's number 27, and that's a purple ball. 27 purple. Actually popped out in the tea time draw yesterday. Fourth ball. We go blue. We go 49. It's the governor making an appearance. Fifth ball. It's red. It's number 16. 16 red. Here comes the sixth ball. That's number 8, and it's a green ball. 8 green. And your booster. We boost with number 34. That's a purple ball.
Yeah, there we go with the brunch time 49s draw. 3 more opportunities to play the 49s today. We're going to sling it over to the Val in just a moment, though, where they're nearly all in for this very belated 10-10 race. They've had a storm delay at the Val, but we are about right for a start. The Bronx Bull is the 6-5 favourite here. 7-2 for Gone Cold. Shining Sun 11-2. 6 is for Viking Lass. Sheriff Bill Brown is 7-1. Bigger for the rest of them. Just the one more to enter the starting stalls here. They're a little fractious, these horses. I suppose the long delay maybe not helping that, but I think the white flag's about to go up. Let's join them.
Ready? All set and away and racing. What a Warrior jumped outwards, impeding Gus on the bus, and also on the outside of those, Sheriff Bill Brown was inconvenienced. But the Bronx Bull goes straight off to the lead. The favourite is in front here, leads with Viking Lass racing up in second. Gone Cold on the fence in third. Behind that, 2 Tigers, Shining Sun, followed by What a Warrior. On their outside is Sheriff Bill Brown, who's got 5 lengths to make up, and Gus on the bus is down there inside. Home straight now, 700 to go, and it's the Bronx Bull who is the leader with Gone Cold racing up the centre. In behind those is Viking Lass with 2 Tigers. They followed further back then by Shining Sun, and behind that came Sheriff Bill Brown. Into the last 400 metres, the Bronx Bull and Gone Cold. Those are the 2 doing the bidding. They've gone clear by 2. Viking Lass is back in third. In behind those came Shining Sun. 200 to go, and it's the Bronx Bull who's pulled about a length clear of Gone Cold in second. Behind those is Viking Lass, but the Bronx Bull goes well past the 100. On the outside, Viking Lass is making up good ground, but it's going to be the Bronx Bull, and the Bronx Bull goes on to score. Second to Viking Lass. Third will go to Gone Cold, and behind that, What a Warrior in fourth.
The Bronx Bull wins at the Val, worth the wait for favourite backers in the end. Just crossed the line at Sheffield in a 1-6 finish for their 11.52. So Trap 1, Rusanda Fire, has won at Sheffield. They were the joint favourites, 1 and 6. They fought out the finish, and the Fab won over at the Val as well. And there's a reminder of your brunch time numbers on the 49s: 11, 1, 27, 49, 16 and 18 regulation, purple 34 for the booster, another 49s draw on the way at 12.49. Now we go to Oxford. This is their 11.54. It's an A2. Milton Ariel is 11-10 in Trap 1. Savannah Jessie 8-1 in 2. Quivers Jazz 7-2 in 3. Drish Solar 4-1 in 4. Swift Francesca is 130 in 5, and 6 is vacant at Oxford for this 11.54. Milton Ariel tops the betting 11-10. Now has maybe been in at the deep end the last twice, beaten in open company on the last 2 goes. Was in the heats for the Sandy Lane last time around, which is a Category 2 competition. Didn't cut much ice at that level, but is back into graded company today, Milton Ariel, and stepping back up in trip. Obviously been running over the 2 bends of late, back up to 4 now. Is a 2-time A1 and open race winner over this distance, Milton Ariel, so plenty classy enough. Goes odds on as the lids come up. They're off and racing at Oxford for the 11.54. And Milton Ariel is amongst the front runners. The Greyhound who's been sprinting recently, showing that turn of foot out of the boxes. Trish Solar in second place, then Savannah Jessie. On the outside of them, Quivers Jazz. Swift Francesca is further back, won the leader to 4-3, 5 and 2. Milton Ariel up top, Trish Solar trying to reduce the arrears, and Quivers Jazz looking interested on the outside. Still Milton Ariel, 5's bursting late and got up. Trap 5, Swift Francesca from the back of the pack has gunned down Milton Ariel, 5 and 1, the finish at Oxford.
Spurs are in serious trouble, aren't they? They haven't won in the league since December, with that win coming against Palace, but I fancy the Eagles to gain revenge. I'm going for a Palace win under 2.5 goals and Jurgen Strand-Larsen to score. Tottenham are in disarray. They've picked up just 10 points at home all season. They've had no new manager bounce, and Palace will sense a chance to topple them on their own patch. It could be cagey though. The last 3 meetings have been tight, so I'm going low on the goals. Jurgen Strand-Larsen is going to be critical late in the season for Palace, with European football still on the agenda. He grabbed a couple against Burnley in early February, and he should be relishing the prospect of getting at least one against this Spurs defence. And don't forget, if he goes off without scoring, your bet rolls onto his replacement, with William Hill's impact sub. More misery for Spurs? Maybe.
Well, just to quantify the misery for Spurs, they are currently 5-2 in the William Hill to be relegated book. We reckon this is the shortest price they've been for relegation since they dropped out of the First Division back in 1977. So a 50-year low, if you like, for Tottenham Hotspur in terms of their relegation price. Obviously finished 17th last season, but the bottom 3 were completely cut adrift, so they never got into this precarious a position. But they are struggling, aren't they? It's been a rotten 2026 for them. Nicole points to the lack of points collected at home, and Palace will definitely sense an opportunity. Nicole going for a Crystal Palace win, under 2.5 goals, so Palace have to win 1-0 or 2-0 in this scenario, and Jurgen Strand-Larsen perhaps to do the damage and put Spurs in a really sticky situation if they're not already. They're only 1 point clear of Nottingham Forest and West Ham. West Ham, by the way, after their victory yesterday, are now trading odds against for relegation for the first time since, I think, early December. So Spurs have been fully sucked into it now with West Ham and Nottingham Forest, and maybe Leeds coming back to the pack a little bit as well. Looks as though Wolves and Burnley are done, but that final relegation spot still to be decided, and Spurs are looking increasingly more likely to fill it as each week goes on. Let's see what tonight's match brings. It's a massive one at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That is a bet builder in the eyes of Nicole Holliday. Got an extra place race on the way at Nottingham for the 11.58. It's another inter-track where you'll get 3 places instead of 2 here. 2-1 the one on a flyer. Ballyhimmick Lee is 5-1 in 2. We don't know 7-1 in 3. Swift Zig 4-1 in 4. Mohican Lucy 8-1 in 5. Roanna Ash is 9-4 in trap 6. So on a flyer is the favourite, second in an A3 last time around. Probably does set standard with some of the graded form here at Nottingham. Roanna Ash is second in the post pick. He was only beaten ahead by Carno Stan last time around. We didn't see that dog particularly boost the form in our previous race. And away they go, racing. It was a slightly awkward exit of the traps by the 3 dog. And as they come up towards the first turn, loses further ground and then takes a big bump off the 5. So trap 3 in the Wars early doors, we don't know. The leader, meanwhile, is the 4, Swift Zig, as they stretch on down the far side to Roanna Ash in second place. These 2 have booted clear of On a Flyer and Ballyhimmick Lee, who was squabbling over the bronze medal. They corner, and it's Swift Zig and Roanna Ash. These 2, 4 and 6 as they come up toward the line. Swift Zig just to Roanna Ash. Swift Zig beats Roanna Ash. 1 and 2 are tied together for third place. That is definitely a photo for third. But the win goes to the 4. 4-6 and a photo 1 and 2 at Nottingham. Greyhounds of the virtual variety now. A high noon contest at Maxwell Drive on the way. Stony Lola 8-1 in trap 1. Corby Leo 4-1 in 2. Litterbug 11-2 in 3. Hot and Spicy 4-1 in 4. Alpha Male 7-4 in 5. Pooched Eggs 13-2 in trap 6 at Maxwell. Let's just swing over for the Sprint Valley call, shall we, for their 11:59.
Second place, Hammer's Flag. Over the line in third, Civil Code. Fourth, Helsinki Accord.
12-1 the winner there at Sprint Valley. Here's Maxwell.
Having a real tussle on the front end. 5 now picks up, 3's behind those, then 2 and 4. They race now toward the second last bend. 1 just in front, but here comes 5 on the wide outside. 5 now puts his nose in front and starts to gallop away from 1. Then behind these 4 and 3 as they go close home. Easy win for track 5. Just 1 second for third. 5, 1 and 3.
7-4 and 8-1 the SPs at Maxwell Drive.
We head to Bay Hill this week and the Arnold Palmer Invitational sees a stellar lineup, as you'd expect. Let's get straight into it. Scotty Scheffler might win. He often does, but he's too short in this good a field. Rory McIlroy might win. He knows
Hare is ready to go, and they're off and racing. Good break here by Trap 4, Star Bono. One up there on the inside, Gertner Creehey Cope. 5 and 6 have moved through. She's Groovy and the well-fancied Fleetwood Robbie. And in fact, Fleetwood Robbie in 6 is now skipped about 5 lengths clear. One chasing Gertner Creehey Cope, followed by 3, 5 and the 4. Final couple of bends coming up, and it's Trap 6 who has the lead, getting around that last turn. And it's 6 still leading. One trying to close the with 3 as well. 6 still in front and holds on for victory. Fleetwood Robbie, 15 to 8 winner. 6 has beaten 1 and 3 in the 12:04 at Kinsley. 6, 1 and 3.
Something bad is about to happen.
Flying out, Aussie Collins a surprise leader over Prime Impact. Junkyard Grace the inside. Lightning Bolt trying to weave through. Wide out Junkyard Wiggle. Last King Potato. Junkyard Grace hit the front. Junkyard Wiggle's in pursuit. Junkyard Grace. Junkyard Wiggle. They go to the line. The Wiggle. Junkyard Wiggle gets up over Junkyard Grace. Third Lightning Bolt. Fourth King Potato just ahead of Aussie Collins. Prime Impact 17.78.
The 8 dog wins it at Mandurah. Junkyard Wiggle taking top honours there. Let's go to Sheffield. 12:09 race on the way at Sheffield. 6 to 5 for the 1 dog here. Lightfoot Cherry. What a Storm 4 to 1 in 2. Tumble Bumble 18 to 1 in 3. Croker's Andrew 9 to 2 in 4. Tricky's Nala is 15 to 8 in 5. And 6 is vacant. Lightfoot Cherry then. Second on both of the last 2 starts in A4 company, but turned over at thin odds last week when going down at 11 to 10. Was only beat a half length, but nonetheless. The SPs from Waterford are through, by the way. Rastafari Rafa was the winner at 7 to 2 there. Beat Risky Duke second at 3 to 1. It was 5, 4 and 3 at Waterford. Hare running now Sheffield. And they're away, racing at Sheffield, and 4 has stepped out of the boxes here. Croker's Andrew is leading the way as they come into the turn. Lightfoot Cherry in second position, the favourite, trying to slip up the inside, and these are clear of What a Storm, then Tricky's Nala and Tumble Bumble. Now taking over is Lightfoot Cherry as they head down the back. Croker's Andrew got to find again. Still in touch with them is What a Storm, then Tricky's Nala and Tumble Bumble is beat. Turning for home, Lightfoot Cherry hasn't sealed the deal as of yet. What a Storm is the big threat now as they come on for the line, but Lightfoot Cherry lasts out this time around. And after a couple of second place runs, Lightfoot Cherry rings the bell today. Trap 1 the winner. It was either What a Storm or Croker's Andrew for second. 1 has scored, 2 and 4 the second place photo. Now, we've been given a set of revised times at the Val, so just to kind of mark your card, this is the 10:45 race coming up. They're going to run this at 12:20, so you've still got 10 minutes to get your bets on. And then after 12:20, they're going to run the vast majority of the card at 25-minute intervals, save for the last 2 races, which will be run at 30-minute intervals. So we're looking at the action finishing round about 3:30 this afternoon at the Val. But this 10:45 race due off 12:20, so still a little bit of time to get your bets on. But that's the state of play in South Africa today after the storm delay means that the meeting is a good 90 minutes behind time at present. And this is Oxford, no such issues there. The 12:12 is upcoming. Seven to 4 for the one dog. Fruitcake, Savannah Little Legs is 6 to 1 in 2. Aloha's Dream 17 to 2 in 3. Petite Aussie is 6 to 1 in trap 4. Aloha's Comet is 14 to 1 in 5. Swift Tamana is 7 to 4 in trap 6. Fruitcake at the top of the betting then in trap 1 has been seen only sparingly low. It's just had the one run since the 6th of November last year. And that was a few weeks after that. Finished second in A5 to a runaway winner, Havana Sizzler, that day. But no competitive runs subsequently. Did win a 3-dog trial last time around in preparation for this. This will be a first go in D2 company at Oxford. D3 winner back last October. But the fitness to prove, obviously, for Fruitcake. Holding up well enough in the betting, though, considering that. Swift Tamana is the other one in there. Less convictions about this Swift Tamana, 7 times grade winner, 111 starts here at Oxford, been running around in D1s recently, so gets the ease in grade here. Of the joint favourites, that's the safe option, Swift Tamana, but there might just be more to come from Fruitcake, whereas Swift Tamana, probably not improving this April 21 bitch, but gets a good break. Swift Tamana, first out with Siamra, with the 5-dog in company. That's Aloha's Comet, and here's the 4 underneath. The pair of them, Petite Aussie, is lifting off as they come to the final turn. Fruitcake going into second, looking to pick up the pieces, but it's Petite Aussie beats Fruitcake, and then Savannah Little Legs, 4, 1 and 2 at Oxford. Behind the traps at Nottingham now for a handicap. 13 metres front to back here. Oh, for goodness sake, is 15 to 8 in trap 1, getting 13 metres. Very Fourth Mary, 17 to 2 in trap 2, gets 7, as too does the 3-dog. That's Candle Mountain at 15 to 8. Fiora Kate is also on a 7-metre head start at 8 to 1. And 2 scratches here. Siomra Valder at 5 to 1 in 5. And Lightfoot Vogue, 7 to 2 in trap 6. That's the way the stagger looks at Nottingham. Post and the market, like the one up front, oh, for goodness sake, whose only career success did come in a handicap, beaten the last twice. But both of those runs have been punctuated by very quick starts. Oh, for goodness sake, has left out a trap 3 on both of the last 2 handicaps, and yet has been marked down as the first bend leader. So has been blasting out of the boxes. This time around, now that oh, for goodness sake is in trap 1, granted another quick start, might just be able to go beyond recall here, so I can understand why they're coming for that. Into 11 to 8 now. Candle Mountain's the other one in the betting at 13 to 8 out of trap 3. Brought up a century of runs at Nottingham last time around with a 3rd placed effort in a handicap. 5 times a winner in this setup and looks to be the chief threat. But this favourite, well, they're swarming all over, oh, for goodness sake, touches 5 to 4 close to the off. Lids come up, they're off and racing. Oh, for goodness sake, is away pretty nicely and has that lead into the first turn. Then races Candle Mountain, the second favourite, moving up to take second place. Fiora Kate races in third. The one that lost ground off the stagger was Very Fourth Mary. That's about to be passed by Lightfoot Vogue, and Siam Rivalda, the back marker, won the leader. Oh, for goodness sake, but being closed upon by Candle Mountain, who's reeling this front runner in with every stride. Oh, for goodness sake, tackled by Candle Mountain. Here's Lightfoot Vogue thundering home. Oh, it got very busy at the finish. Lightfoot Vogue maybe, but Candle Mountain, Fiora Kate, and oh, for goodness sake, you wouldn't be ripping up your tickets on any of them. A near four-way go at Nottingham. I think the scratch runner might have just pick them off, but I wouldn't like to say for certain. So 1, 3, 4 and 6 to the judge at Nottingham.
6 is making rapid headway. 7 is forging ahead. 7 into the leader. 8 is the back marker. 7 is challenging for the lead. 4 is starting to look a little tired. And now 2 leads the pack. Number 2 retains his lead, but 11 is making ground on him. First, number 1. Number 11 is second. Number 2 is third.
Camberwick Blue wins at Sandy Lanes over Caddo Share and Malmo Boy, 11-4, 13-2 and 12-1, the SPs.
The Cheltenham Festival is coming, and I fancy Sober Glory to run a big race in the Supreme. You can get yourself off to a flyer on day 1 with us here at William Hill, as we are boosting the price for today only on him. He's been the apple of the trainer's eye since his win at Chepstow. He's won on all varying grounds, so not worried about that at this early stage. And he's a lovely big horse who I think has got a lot more to come. I think he's super overpriced already, and now there's a boost on him.
Well, we all want to kick off the festival with a winner in the Supreme, don't we? And this could be a very tasty one if Sober Glory ends up in the winner's enclosure at the boosted price today of 20-1, out from 14s. The choice in the race of Leona Mayer, Sober Glory. Chatting to Leona about this horse, she interviewed the trainer Philip Hobbs when he won earlier on in the season and said that Philip Hobbs was very emotional, felt that this might be a horse to take him kind of back to the top table. Which is not a tip in itself, but obviously the trainer feels like he's got a really nice one on his hands, and he's been mostly foot perfect. He was a winner at Newbury on William Hill Hurdle Day last time around by 27 lengths, no less. It's going to be tougher in the Supreme, obviously taking on the very best of Ireland. Looks like the exciting William Mullins Mighty Park might be heading in this direction as well. But 20s from 14s today for Sober Glory, Leona Mayer's choice to hopefully get your festival off to a flyer, and the 20-1 will be gone come tomorrow, and you'll have to take 14s again. Who knows what price you might go off at as well. Non-runner money back, of course, still covers these offers as well, so should anything happen in the next few days, obviously we very much hope that it doesn't. No other targets for Sober Glory, but if injury strikes at the 11th hour, you will be covered in that regard. Even on the price boost, you get non-runner no bet here at William Hill. Sprint Valley coming up, and this is your last chance to bet. Sour Face is the 92 favourite for the 12-18.
Racing, 12-18 Sprint Valley. We get rolling here with Siege Mentality and No Assassin, 2 of the first to crack on. Dembones, number 3, also now moving up for a say in it. They've covered now their first and second furlong. Charlotte's Left, number 6 on the near side, able to emerge now as the new leader. Sam Taggart and Back to Gammers both bang there on the scene as they now move through the halfway point of the contest. Charlotte's Left the near side, light blue Sam Taggart the front pair. Back to Gammers, a solo trip far side. Sour Face into it late from Den Bones. Still Charlotte's Left though, she's going to make just about all here. Charlotte's Left, not sure she was ever headed. Once home a pretty ready winner. Beats Sam Taggart, who was well held in second. Great Elms made late ground for third. Back to Gammers 4, 6, 7, 4 and 18. 8s, 12s, 11-2 and 10-1.
And just to mop up the result on 2 as well at Canterbury Hills. Clean Slate won that at 9-2 from Charlie Farley, 7-2. Canyon of Shadow, 14-1. And Tadeo was 4th at 8. Now this 10:45 race at the Val, due off 12:20, i.e. in the next 10 seconds or so. So bet on quickly if you're looking to have a go here at the Val. Speedman is 8-11. Titan of the Turf is 3-1. 130 for Stony Wood. Palace Prince is 14-1. Blushing Bloom 20-1. They go without Whispering Death. It's double trouble on the Greyhound front as well. 2 12-21 races for you. Kinsley, where the betting is headed by Ferndale Gin at 7-4 in Trap 6. And Waterford, 6-4 favourite there is She Ah Sinead in Trap 5. This time around, I think Kinsley are going to go off first, but both of those two in the double box on the second channel. We'll focus our attentions on the action here at the Val, where the last runner is about to go forward. Last of the quintet is Speedman, just eases to 10-11 before the off for this 3-year-old handicap over just shy of 6 furlongs. Hot little race though, plenty bring winning form to the table, including the favourite, and the final contender is in. The flag is up.
Sprinting away, Titan of the Turf jumps sideways slightly. Palace Prince wasn't that well away. Speedman and Stony Wood are going up there with Titan of the Turf. A race in 3 at the moment. Blushing Bloom is back in 4th position as 3 to 4 lengths off the leader. And then came Palace Prince, who's the trailer. Homeward bound, and they come down the straight with 900 metres left to go. And Stony Wood's the leader by 2. Speedman and Titan of the Turf are in behind him. Behind that comes the filly Blushing Bloom, and Palace Prince with a top weight is only racing 2.5 lengths off the leader. Runners head down past the 600 now, and Stony Wood is a narrow leader with Speedman launching an attack down the inside. 2 lengths away to Titan of the Turf and Palace Prince, and then came behind them Blushing Bloom. As they enter the final 300, and Speedman has taken over here, gone 2 lengths clear of Stony Wood. Blushing Bloom is out after them, then Palace Prince and Titan of the Turf, but Speedman is going so well with 150 left to go, has pulled 5 lengths clear under Ryan Munger, and it's all Speedman. Palace Prince is going to run out second best, but Speedman has won it comfortably by 6. Speedman very easy, beats Palace Prince, Stony Wood 3rd, Blushing Bloom, and then came Titan of the Turf.
Might be looking at a graded performer here, Speedman. That was the 5th run of his career. He's won 4 of them now. He's absolutely dotted up today on the dropping trip, having previously won over 7. You're going to have plenty of options available to him going forward. He's made mincemeat of what wasn't a bad field. I know he went off odds on Speedman, but there were a few of these that had acquitted themselves well and won races in recent times. He has blown them apart, Speedman. We've got a Waterford for the 12-21. The 3-dog hung on for victory at Kinsley, by the way. That was Eagles Magic. Beat the 1 Tuxedo Twilight. And Waterford running uncharacteristically late, but when they were scheduled on top of Kinsley, it's actually worked in our favour here, so we should be able to focus our attentions on this Waterford race. And it means I get a chance to say She Ah Sinead a few times in commentary, who's the 6-4 favourite. They're away, they're racing for 12-21 at Waterford. 6 was slow to go, that was Crack on Duke. The rest of the field are away pretty nicely. 4's the early leader, Brunoffa Hop, who darts on down the far side with the call to the conductor in second place. Then comes Whitey's War Hero. She Ah Sinead races just in behind that one with a bit of work on. They've all got to go some to reel in this leader. Brunoffa Hop continues to show the way, charging toward the finish line now and might have the rest of them cooked. She Ah Sinead moving into second late and he's trying to make a fist of things. Brunoffa Hop up toward the line, doing enough. A reduced margin, but he beat She Ah Sinead, and Whitey's War Hero was 3rd. 4, 5 and 2 at Waterford. We'll head to Mandurah first for the 12-24, then get back to Sheffield momentarily. Aussie Trickster is 11-8 in Trap 1 here. Absolute Mayhem 20-1 in 2. Claire Keeping 9-1 in 3. Cheddar Manelli 12-1 in 4. Epic Marceline is 17-2 in 5. Victory Bravo 2-1 in 6. West on Halo 8-1 in 7. Cisco Ripple is 18-1 in Trap 8. For a 6th grade that looks decidedly weak, it's very hard to fancy any of these on their recent form. The market guides us towards Aussie Trickster. Hasn't won a race for ages, hasn't threatened to win a race for ages, but this is just a far easier assignment. You look at her recent SPs, 40 to 1, 33 to 1, 33 to 1, 25 to 1, 30 to 1, 50 to 1. It's no wonder she's been nowhere near. She plunges in grade now to a 6th grade, and this is real basement stuff, given, well, the grade anyway, but the opposition. This is just decidedly weak, this. Epic Marceline is the one the Aussie tipsters have plumped for. 8 to 1 with 3 places up for grabs, and did win a Mandurah novice just before Christmas. So a recent enough success, but hasn't really cut much ice since leaving novice company.
Flying out west on Halo with Epic Marceline, Aussie Trickster, 3 lengths away, Claire keeping, Cheddar Manelli deep, and then Absolute Mayhem, Victory Bravo a mile back with Cisco Ripple. West on Halo broke away from Epic Marceline, Victory Bravo late, but West on Halo beat Victory Bravo, Epic Marceline and Cheddar Manelli. Then Aussie Trickster, Absolute Mayhem, Cisco Ripple, Claire keeping, 17.33.
7, 6 and 5. West on Halo has won it, beating Victory Bravo and Epic Marceline in Mandurah's 12.24. Now we have Sheffield, 12.26 race coming up there. 6 to 1, Rathcool Honey in trap 1. Gertner Cray Alps is 7 to 2 in 2. Trap 3, No Rainbows, 10 to 1. 6 to 4 for the 4, Crocus Pat. Katunda Echo, 6 to 1 in 5. Aiken Blossom is 5 to 2 in trap 6 here. Crocus Pat, 6 to 4 at the top of the betting, drifting a little from original odds of 5 to 4. Went off a well-punted odds-on shot for an A7 score here a couple of weeks ago, but couldn't back it up on first run in this grade when beaten at 11 to 8 last week. The punter's not necessarily perturbed by that run, though. Going to go off short enough again here, Crocus Pat. He's a possible favourite that can be taken on. Katunda Echo won a handicap 2 starts ago, trap 5 before finishing a respectable second in this grade. Aiken Blossom was on the hat-trick last time out, having won a D4 and an A7. Stepped up to A6 and fared okay, stopping the clock at 29.94, which is superior to what Katunda Echo and Crocus Pat did on the clock. Indeed, he's the only one with a sub-30-second time to his name from last time out. So I probably favoured Aiken Blossom here, the 6. Off racing for the 12.26 at Sheffield. Aiken Blossom just about the best out of the boxes. Leads the field as they come into the turn. No Rainbows is the nearest pursuer at this stage. And this pair have gone a long way clear of Gertner Cray Alps, who is in 3rd place. Then Rathcool Honey and Crocus Pat with work to do. The 6 dog Aiken Blossom has dropped No Rainbows here as they come toward the final 2 turns. No Rainbows in no man's land in 2nd. Well clear of the 3rd, which is Crocus Pat. They come off the final bend. And Aiken Blossom has run riot here at Sheffield. Skips clear to win by a space, beating into 2nd, No Rainbows. Katunda Echo a fancy for 3rd, 6.35 at Sheffield. On to Oxford, their 12.29 race now. This is an A2. Oxford 12.29, then Wonka is 15 to 8 in trap 1. Swift Doreen 11 to 2 in 2. Bling Bling Jane 13 to 2 in 3. Higher Jamal 2 to 1 in 4. Rockmount Raven 9 to 2 in 5. And Jamie Ruby 7 to 1 in trap 6. Another extra place race on the way here. And the hare is running. In fact, sorry, check that's the next at Nottingham. That's an extra place race. Just the standard terms on this one. Away and racing at Oxford, and 3 has popped out nicely here. Spot on Lizzie. Leading the way from the one dog Wonka in second position. 2 races in third, She's Welcome. Then comes Ballymac Genius, well clear of Swift Quarter and Swithin's TJ. It's Trap 3 the leader. Spot on Lizzie as they come toward the final 2 turns. Wonka in second place. The hot favourite She's Welcome has been checked and is out of the race now. It's Spot on Lizzie the leader. 2 Wonka as they come for the line. Spot on Lizzie needs the wire. Just going to get in. Beats Wonka. Swithin's TJ was third. 3-1-6 at Oxford. Nottingham now for 12:31. Another inter-track race on the way here. Mohican Mia is 13-8 in Trap 1. Swift Doreen 11-2 in 2. Bling Bling Jane 12-1 in 3. Higher Jamal 13-8 in 4. Rockmount Raven 4-1 in 5. And Jamie Ruby 9-1 in Trap 6. This is the extra place race. 3 instead of 2 on this Nottingham contest. Higher Jamal is the one at the top of the shop. One of the Dunstall Park Raiders making up the numbers in this race, but ran pretty well on his first look round Nottingham last week, finishing second behind Hit the Bottle Neil. That was a good showing. His Dunstall form prior to that had been okay. They loved him in the Produce Stakes last year as well. Scraped through the heat, finishing 4th before being well put in his place in the second round by Izzy's 10-pin, but has at least dined at the top table. Higher Jamal and qualified from a Cat 1 heat, even if it was by the skin of his teeth. And he's 11-8 at the top of the shop here. Last chance for any bets at Nottingham. Starter waves the flag, and here we go. And they're away, racing. 3 and 4 bump on leaving the boxes, and the 4-dog Higher Jamal, the favourite, took the worst of that. He did very well to stand up. He has latched himself onto the rear of the field, but it'll be a job to win from there for the favourite. The one, Mohican Mia, the second fav, is taking full advantage for the time being. Swift Doreen is in second place, Jamie Ruby in third. Then comes Rockmount Raven. Higher Jamal has gone past Bling Bling Jane. It's Trap 1, Mohican Mia, coming right back to them. Swift Doreen applying the pressure. Running on is Jamie Ruby. Swift Doreen laying it down to Mohican Mia. Swift Doreen gets in, beats either Mohican Mia or Jamie Ruby to the winner. 1 of 6 in a photo at Nottingham. All went wrong for favourite backers early doors. He got a big bump with Bling Bling Jane early on, Higher Jamal. And as I say, he did well to just stay upright, and he's shown his want for the race by sticking to it and actually going past a dog or two, but had no chance off the early incident. Another look at Cheltenham offer today. First race of the meeting. Sober Glory to win the Supreme Novices Hurdle. 20-1, tipped up by both Leona Mayer and by Barry Geraghty. We're going to go home straight now on the second channel, where Pretty Kitty is the 7-2 fav.
No more bets.
And away they go. And number 5 got off to a flying start. Also coming out with the leader is 9. This one's wide open so far. 3's looking good at this stage. 9's looking full of running. And trying to rally on is number 6. And as they come up towards the line, an impressive performance from 5, who takes the victory. 9 in second, and 3 rallied on for third.
Start for the 12:34. Waterford Pictures on 1 to follow. Betting through Waterford. Trap 3 favoured at 5-2. From 11-4 there, Rathfowler Logan.
Bets.
Underway. Racing steeples on 2. Zetland Point, Wyndham Lewis, Regal Lawn, 3 of the first ones to hit their stride as they negotiate the first of the 4 fences. Away from number 4, Wyndham Lewis. 2, Zetland Point, yellow on the inside. The maximum 22 and a contingent over the water jump. Behind the front pair, half jacket of Leveson Toll. Hoop sleeves on the outside belong to Wishart Cry. Harbour Exchange, one of the greys. Another one towards the outer is William Gunn. And up the inside, hold and behold, the blue chevron jacket, tracked through by Mayan Hayes as they move on down to the final fence. Wyndham Lewis, number 4, to Wargon and Wishart Cry. Hold and behold, creeping nearer up the inside. Zetland Point is 5th, 6th is Mayan Hayes. Wyndham Lewis coming back to the field. Zetland Point joins him now. Zetland Point coming past Wyndham Lewis. Zetland Point beat Wyndham Lewis. Wilson Girls was the 3rd horse. And Holdenby Hall rounds out the fray. 1 and 18, 12 to 1, 11 to 2 favourite, 28-33s.
Now we'll head to Kinsley next for the 12:37 race. Again, quick turnaround from this into Waterford there, 12:38 right on the back of this, and then a Mandura at 12:40. There's a Maxwell Drive race on 2 as well at 12:36. If you want to get in before this Kinsley contest, which is a D5, Kilara Theo is 2 to 1 in trap 1, Kiltippin Rose 9 to 2 in 2, 3 vacant, 100 to 30 for the 4, Becky's Cash Out, Let's Go Winnie is 5 to 1 in 5, Dava is home 7 to 4 in trap 6 here at Kinsley. Late scratching of the 3, and the 1 dog, Kilara Theo, vying for favouritism with the 6, Dava is home. Dava is home just about heads the betting at the moment. D5 winner on the penultimate start. 6 times a grade winner. Doesn't stop her winning, but for a sprinter, she's not particularly lively when the traps come up, and that can cause traffic issues for her. Kilara Theo is generally a much better starter, but his starts have gone awry in recent weeks. They know each other really well, these 2 greyhounds. They were 1st and 2nd in 3 straight D5s through the month of January. 2 of them went to Dava is home. Sorry, 2 of them went to Kilara Theo. The other one went to Dava is home, but there was only a short head in it on that occasion. So it's no surprise to see them side by side in the betting. You would just, if you're on Kilara Theo, you would like to see the trapping boots brought today, whereas if Dava is home misses it, it doesn't really matter for that greyhound. To the punters at the moment. They're off racing away, and forget 1 of 6. 4 is blasted out here. Becky's Cash Out set sail for the line as they come to the turn. Kilara Theo in 2nd place, trying to move by and does. Kilara Theo finds the front to Kiltippin Rose, who's trying to run on. Kilara Theo up toward the line from Kiltippin Rose. Kilara Theo wins another D5, beats Kiltippin Rose into 2nd. 1 and 2 at Kinsley. Straight to Waterford then for the 12:38. Toby Cindy is 4 to 1 in trap 1. Giddy Up Ellie 4 to 1 in 2. Rafaela Logan 2 to 1 in 3. Slaney Max 100 to 13 4. Almighty Ava is 3 to 1 in 5. And Dropouts is 6 to 1 in trap 6. And they're off. They're racing away for the 12:38 at Waterford, and trap 2, Giddy Up Ellie with the slick start here. She leads the way into the first turn. Battling for second at this moment is Turbogal Cindy and Slaney Max, with Slaney Max now breaking clear of the 1 dog and has gone off in hot pursuit to the leader. And Slaney Max has grabbed Giddy Up Ellie. In 3rd place, Turbogal Cindy. Then comes the 6 dropout. 1 or 2 of these just having to take evasive action. The 5's forced very wide. All the while, the 1's got through to lead Turbogal Cindy, and it's Turbogal Cindy slipping clear of the field now. Beats Dropouts into 2nd. 3rd's a photo, Slaney Max and Almighty Ava. 1, 6 and a picture 4 and 5 at Waterford. And on to Mandura for the 12:40 race now. Aussie dogs starting to thin out a little this time of the day, and indeed we've only got a couple left from Mandura, and that'll be us done and dusted until Nigh on 1 a.m, of course. If you do enjoy your Aussie dogs, you can follow them through the night on Betting TV. But just a couple more to come from the late running meeting in the west of Australia. 5-4 Junkyard Lorraine for this 6th grade. Silly Old Bear 17-2 in Trap 2. Sin City Marv 25-1 in 3. Tiny Twist 17-2 in 4. Mayday Mayday 4-1 in 5. Shirley Keeping 18-1 in 6. Let's Go Spike 28-1 in 7. Levi Blazer 11-4 in Trap 8. It's another 6th grade, probably not quite as weak as the previous race was, but again, it won't take the world of winning. Junkyard Lorraine was disappointing on her last spin, but the form prior to that had been otherwise quite consistent. Daughter of Tommy Shelby, who obviously produces grounds at all kinds of levels, but maybe would have been hoping that this one would have been a little better than this grade. The bitch was by Wormburner, who was still is a very good stud dog. And that was a lesser effort from Junkyard Lorraine, as we say, last time around. But the form prior had been good. The Aussie tipsters have nominated the 8 dog here, Levi Blazer. Hard to get super excited about his recent form, but that is the case with loads of them here. You kind of got to pick bits and pieces out of the rest of them. Mayday Mayday in Trap 5. That second placed effort 2 back when a 16-1 shot got beat less than 2 lengths on that occasion is respectable form here and finished 4th in the race won by Tully's Gem last time around. Junkyard Lorraine was 7th that day, so has a victory over the favourite as recently as last week. It's nothing to get super excited about here, but something to hang your hat on. So the 5 dog maybe at 4-1, Mayday Mayday, might make some appeal in a soft race.
11, favourite number 1. Racing. First to go from the middle, Tiny Twist gets across and leads Levi Blazer, Mayday Mayday, Junkyard Lorraine, Silly Old Bear, Shirley Keeping, Let's Go Spike, Sin City Marv. Levi Blazer's down the outside. Tiny Twist can't go with Levi Blazer, and Levi Blazer over Tiny Twist, Mayday Mayday and Junkyard Lorraine. Silly Old Bear, Let's Go Spike, Shirley Keeping, Sin City Marv, 17:38.
8-4-5, the finish at Mandurah. Levi Blazer beat Tiny Twist and Mayday Mayday. Back to Sheffield we go next. This is their 12:42 race. Trap 1 in Phil Jota, 15-8. 9-2 Drum Do It Gizmo. George's Charm, 10-1 in 3. Memories Payback, 10-11 in 4. 5 is vacant, and Acom Mo is 10-1 in Trap 6. Memories Payback, a clear choice here, and she's impossible to poke holes in, really. 8 from 11 in the grade of D2 in her life, and 2 from 2 on the 2 runs in the grade this year. She was away from action, went into season, didn't see her between November and February, but she's come back in fine fettle and still no penalty for these wins. They're off. They're racing away. One missed it a bit infield. Jota, speed from the favourite Memories Payback in company with Drum Do It Gizmo. Just in behind those is George's Charm. Drum Do It Gizmo is going to make the favourite work here. Moves up a length on Memories Payback. Then George's Charm. Drum Do It Gizmo. Is he going to thwart the hat-trick here for the Fav? He will. Drum Do It Gizmo has beaten Memories Payback 2 and 4 at Sheffield. To Laval next. This is their 11:20, due off in a couple of minutes' time. Just joining us today, by the way, I had a big storm delay at the Val earlier on, which is why we're running about an hour and a half behind proceedings. Top Floor is a hot favourite in this one, 2-5. Pompey Shield is 7-2. 17-2 for Willow Charm. Rock My Boat, 12-1. King's Head, 50-1. Al-Hakim is 66-1. The Go Without Flying Predator, Smuggler and Indian Spice. They're the 3 non-runners here, and a very warm favourite at 2-5, this Top Floor. Trained by Mike DeCock. Callan Murray takes the ride. Was ninth on the debut for previous connections. A disappointing run given the market vibes. Joined Mike de Kock and ran loads better last time around at Turffontein. Went up to the mile trip. That debut run was over 6, but seemed to really benefit for the step up in distance. Tries the mile again today, top floor. And the betting suggests there are very few challengers. Willow Charm, Pompey Shield, Rock My Boat, Alakim have all ran before. None of them have shown us an enormous amount. None of them have matched what top floor did last time around. The sole newcomer, King's Head, is a 66-1 rag, albeit related to horses who've won over this trip. So it would appear to be a race that does lack a bit of depth, hence the short price tag on the jolly top floor here at 2 to 5. Oxford's coming up soon. They got a 12:46 race. Very open look to the betting there. First 5 in the contest covered by less than a point, betting-wise, at Oxford. As they move in, King's Head here, the newcomer, first to move up. There goes the Fav top floor. Followed in by Alakim. 2 starts for that one so far. Well beaten on both occasions. 294 days on from the latest of those efforts. This is Willow Charm, the most experienced of the runners. 10 race maiden Willow Charm. And the lineup going to be completed by Pompey Shield.
My Boat to complete the lineup. Just the 6 runners here. Start of the pick 6. 1,600 meters. El Hakim playing up, settling. Pompey Shield also settling in gate 6. Ready. Set. Racing away from that 1,600 meter marker with King's Head to slow away on debut over here. Pompey Shield and top floor. They're the ones that go off straight to the lead here with Willow Charm racing away in 3rd. Rock My Boat, the blue and white, is in 4th position. Then came El Hakim racing in 5th. There's about 5 to 6 lengths off the leader and another 3 lengths back to King's Head, who is the trailer as the runners work their way past the 1,200 meter marker. And it's Pompey Shield gone on to lead here by a length from Willow Charm in 2nd. Top floor is racing away in 3rd, but only 2 lengths off the leader. Another 3 lengths back to Rock My Boat. A shake of the reins with El Hakim and King's Head, the trailers. They turn for home here, and they've got 1,000 meters left to go. And it's Pompey Shield joined up front by Willow Charm. They lead by 2 from top floor racing 3rd. Rock My Boat with King's Head moving into better position now, and El Hakim is on the stand side, got 8 lengths to find. The runners come down into the last 600 meters now. Pompey Shield is joined up front now by top floor. There's about a length in it. Willow Charm is back in 3rd and is struggling now. And then came Rock My Boat further back to King's Head as they enter the final 320 meters. Pompey Shield, top floor's moved up dangerously on the outside. Then came Willow Charm and Rock My Boat with 2:20 to go. Top floor sticks his nose in front. Pompey Shield is trying to fight back along his inside, but it's top floor with a neck advantage. Make that half a length from Pompey Shield, and top floor is now gone on his way to his maiden win. And top floor pulls clear by 3 lengths from Pompey Shield. Top floor an easy win by about 3.5 from Pompey Shield. 3rd to Rock My Boat. In behind that Willow Charm, King's Head and El Hakim. They finished in regular distances, and another favourite obliges at the Val.
Yeah, for a stride or two, it looked like he was making heavy weather of picking up Pompey Shield, but in the end, he runs out a ready winner. Does top floor at 2 to 5. The lunchtime 49's draw is on the way soon on 2. We're less than a minute away now, but we'll go 12:49 at Nottingham instead. Extra place contest on the way for you. 5 to 1 for the 1, Detroit Sunny. 2 is Honor Chanel at 9 to 2. Ivy Showgirl, even money in 3. Nidderdale Summer, 16 to 1 in 4. Rockmount Junior, 9 to 2 to 5. Trumps Again is 7 to 2 in trap 6. One favourite here out of the 3 box then, Ivy Showgirl. It's another inter-track race at Nottingham. It's another Dunstall dog that's favoured. 2 runs at Nottingham so far. Have not yielded any success, but was second in an open race here last summer before finishing 4th in this kind of company last time around. But the weight of cash very much on the 3-dog shoulders today. Ivy Showgirl. Last chance to bet the lunchtime 49s as we get ready for racing at Nottingham. And away they go. They're racing for the 12:49 contest at Nottingham. And a decent start here by the even numbers, 2, 4 and 6 all away well. It's the 6 o'clock trumps again with the nose in front now to Honor Chanel in second position. Detroit Sunny then is in third. Nidderdale Summer is next. Then comes Rockmount Jr. And the favourite is Stone Motherless last as they come down the far side. And the 6 gets away. Trumps again, builds up a big lead over Detroit Sunny in second place. Then Honor Chanel, the Fav is absolutely cooked. They all are behind Trumps again, who burns them to a crisp at Nottingham. Will beat Detroit
race. Now, the last time in a race at this level was fairly well held. It was at Chantilly in early December. From a weight point of view, carries 1 kilo less. Then we go down to horse number 13 in the event, Zellman, a second beaten and nose beating at Mashul over 1650 metres on the 10th of February. In race number 1, 2, 1, 7 and 13.
stretch, 1 fending off the 5. Trap 1 the winner at both venues. Trap 1 the winner at both venues. Waterford, Trap 1 the winner. Kinsley, Trap 1 the winner. Points to load the boxes here at Sheffield for the upcoming handicap 12.59, where Abigail's Pajo is 11.08, Tricky's Matilda 2-1, the scratch dog. Droopy's Paradigm, who is in receipt of a healthy 11 metres, is 7-2. Slippy Soreng also gets 11 metres, is 7-2, 25-1. The outsider of 5 runners, Slippy Shane. The flag's been waved. The hare is in motion. Let's go racing at Sheffield for the handicap. Lids Rise off away racing 1 and 2, neck and neck into that opening bend, 4 on their heels. The 5 dog starting to cut into the advantage. That's the favourite, Abigail's Pajo. Look out for the orange jacket. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. But the favourite gets onto the heels, now clear third, draws alongside the second. The 1 dog looks a sitting duck as all of a sudden Abigail's Pajo joins Droopy's Paradigm on the front end. And now Abigail's Pajo goes into the lead. 6 finishing well, not well enough. 5's beaten 6. Favourite obliges. Abigail's Pajo, your winner in the handicap at 12.59 at Sheffield. In case anybody missed it, that result from Waterford when we had the clash, firming things up, 1 beat 5 and 2. The winner, Trap 1, Husky Cooper, at 100 to 30. That was the 12.54 Waterford. Next protocol will be the 103 Oxford, Trap 1 empty on this occasion. The racing post like the look of the 2 dog, and Ballyblack Best is the 5 to 4 favourite. Ballymac Colby is 7 to 4, 3 to 1 Stride Away Honey. Minnie's Alyosha 11 to 2. Ardera Sal is 8 to 1. 103 Oxford on the way. Here we go then. Lids up, off away, racing Oxford for the 103. We're nearest the camera. The Blue Jacket, Ballyblack Best, goes straight into the lead. Market Principal, or at least Chief Market Rival, Ballymac Colby, threatening on the outside. 2 leads 5, 5 looming alongside 2 and 5. Photo. They flashed across together. That is very, very tight. The judge is going to be needed to try and divide those two. Market Principals, Ballyblack Best, and Ballymac Colby going across together. 2 and 5. Photo. Greyhound now loading the boxes here at Nottingham for this latest renewal. It is the handicap in which the 5-dog Classy Charlene, receiving 5 metres from Scratch Dog Pieman's Fairy, is the 5-6 odds-on market leader. Racket All Nifty put in at 15-8, receives 6 metres. Shockwave Ice 6-1. Scratch Dog is 7-1. Jemmy 14-1, the outsider. Here we go, racing in the early footsteps in the handicap. Well, charting different paths. The 3-dog initially took a step to the right. The 6-dog, the Scratch Dog, lugged to the inside rail. At any rate, on the front end, it is the outsider, Jemmy, carrying them along as the remainder take their time to shut down the advantage of Jemmy, who began the race with a 16-metre start from the Scratch Dog, but they're beginning to concertina. 3 getting on top. Here comes the 3-dog. 3 wins it. Perfectly timed challenge. Shockwave Ice, it is, who gets across in front in the handicap. At Kinsley, they are poised to load the boxes here for this upcoming D4 sprint. They won 11, in which Grumpy Wilbur, clear favourite, 13-8, trap 4. Speedy Stella, 130, the 3-dog. Killybegs Bell, the 1, is 7-2. It is 6-1 bar those. Going in the boxes, straight off the back of this, we'll be taking you across to Waterford for the 112, then Sheffield the 116.